Hey guys, Carell Cooper here with OnTheBlack.com. So before Friday night's game against the Nationals, myself along with Greg of Faith and Fear in Flushing and Karen of Mets Girl had a chance to sit down with Mets player Chris Carter to ask him some questions. Before I play the audio of that interview, just want to say thanks to the Mets organization and to Chris for giving us the opportunity to sit down and do the interview. So here you goes. Here's the interview. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you soon.
First question I want to ask you is what's been sort of the biggest adjustment you've had to make from minor league pitching versus major league pitching, since you've come up this year?
Okay, I think the sinkers and pitchers have more run on the ball here in the major leagues. I think velocity and things like that are pretty much similar.
Okay.
Pitch control here and the way that. Just the knowledge of the hitters, the knowledge at their fingertips, like videos and stuff. If you have a weakness or you're having trouble hitting a spot, it's more well known in the major leagues.
What's been your greatest satisfaction in your performance since you've come up? What are you most proud of, and what do you wish you'd been able to improve more on?
It's my goal coming into it was to make the playoffs or be part of a playoff team. So. We didn't reach that goal, so in a sense, like, it's been a tough season. I always need to get better. I think when you're a bench player like I am, your skills aren't as well refined, and I think I'm happy that, especially pitch hitting, I realized that early. I'm not going to hit as many home runs coming off the bench. My numbers are going to be a little different. Just get the base hit when I can. Get a single here, hit the ball hard. Don't get too frustrated with one at bat a day. Just go out there and give it your best. And then I'm working on everything. I lost weight. Working on my speed, working on my defense, working on even pitch hitting, every aspect. And I think something that helped me is once I realized, hey, I'm going to be a bench player, I was like, I'm going to be the best bench player I can be.
Thank you.
Good, I think 18 pitch hits this year, something like that. And how do you mentally prepare specifically for pinch hitting as opposed to taking, what do you do differently during batting practice? What do you do differently during a game?
I don't do very much different during batting practice, but during the game, I'm watching everything. I'm watching video on the relievers that might come in, and then I'd say like half hour, 45 minutes before before that 7th, 8th, 9th inning comes, I'm running, in the dugout here, hitting all the time, getting a good sweat going, and ready to go. I'm not sitting on the bench, remaining idle. I'm moving around, ready to hit.
Howard Johnson, Mets hitting coach, what has he helped you with in terms of your approach at the plate?
Howard Johnson, he's talked to me. One of the biggest, besides being a great guy, he's a great guy. He helped me use a heavier bat, and that's been helpful in hitting the off-speed pitches coming off the bench, because timing isn't as good when you're not playing every day and getting a consistent amount of bats. Using a heavier bat, you don't have to swing as hard, but you can hit the ball just far. It kind of stays longer in the zone.
Your walk-up music, Greatest American Hero. I'm a big music fan, so I care a lot about how music can transform people and what it does to them. Why that song? What does it make you feel when you go out there and hear it?
It makes me feel good. It gives me energy right off the bat. No pun intended, but as soon as I hear it, it gives me a lot of energy. And I used to watch Hulk Hogan a long time ago, back in the '80s when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, and it's always been a good song. And they asked me what song I wanted. I said I told them that one, and I got that first hit, the double, off that song. I haven't changed it since.
I don't know that you've gotten a fair portrayal of what it's like to play in New York, because it hasn't been a lot of energy, to use your word, here this year. What is your sense of playing in front of New York fans?
I think New York fans are extremely intelligent. I think they understand the game, and I think I know that they want winners. They want a team that wins, and from what I've seen and from what I've heard, they deserve a team that wins, because they're very passionate fans and they have a lot invested in this team. And we did our best this year, but we fell short, and I wish we were, I wish these games were meant more in terms of making it to the playoffs. So.
One last question for me. Off-season plans?
Off-season plans, playing winter ball in Venezuela. Gonna get to play the field, get to be a position player, play every day, and use those skills. Make sure those skills are sharp. So just all baseball, you gotta, especially like my position, I gotta be able to play first base, left field, right field, and shoot, if I ever have to play it, be ready to do that.
If there was one thing you wanted to make sure the fans knew about how you felt about this season, what would it be?
I hope they know I really appreciate them, and that even the whole team, we worked hard. I don't know. I wish it was different as far as winning and losing record, but I'm really thankful. All the support they gave us.
Final question: What do you think is like the one thing we as fans don't probably understand about being a baseball player, being a major league baseball player? or 1 dozen things we don't understand.
God, what don't you think interesting?
Or the most common misconception? Like the thing that you
It's funny. I'll tell you some funny things that I always hear. Sometimes a pitcher will be pitching, and I'll hear a fan, just throw strikes. Well, of course. Oh, really? Okay. Or like no. I don't know. What is it? It's.
That's a good one.
That's good.
How do you explain it?
Just to look too easy to us.
To make it look easy takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of focus and a lot of repetition. And the less you play, if you've been out for a year for an injury or you got to be a bench player, the less sharp you're going to be. And